Well, folks, welcome back to Table Smashers. Again, another episode. My main man Todd, my brother. Um, Todd, listen, man. I know your day today was as stressful as mine, as well as last night. Get into it, man. Before anything, tell me about the dog, man. What's going on with your dog? Your new dog, man. Let's get into that. Before we get into the meats and potatoes of our beloved Buffalo Bills and how we was I want to say heartbroken because I'm gonna be honest, I ain't take that loss that hard.
Yeah, I didn't either.
But let's get into the dog, man. What's going on? What's going on with him?
So we're 1 week in, 1 week and 2 days, and the dog is a puppy. So the dog is having some accidents in the house, and we're doing our best to take the dog out every hour. He takes his naps. It's just sometimes they get excited and they have those accidents, and it's like today was a day of a couple of accidents. It's like we're trying to maneuver a million things at once. We got dog training books, and my wife has got sending us clips, my son and I, and like, all these different things of how to just keep your puppy at bay and doing your best to train your puppy. We're doing it, but it's a lot of work.
I,
It's like having a baby, a human baby in the house. That's what it is.
listen,
Um,
I believe it, man. I believe it. Listen, you got him any gear yet? Any paraphernalia? Like,
I was thinking about that. I don't know how he's going to take to any type of Bills sweaters or anything like that, but I was thinking about it, so I'll keep an eye out. Um, Otherwise, he's got his toys and all that stuff. We're crating him. He's using his crate. He sleeps great through the night. He's been sleeping 9 hours, 8, 9 hours a night. So first couple nights we had to get up in the middle of the night to take him out to go to the bathroom, but otherwise he's been sleeping every night, like, you know, regular amount of time, 8, 9 hours, which is perfect, which lets us sleep. We're early risers, so if the puppy's up at 6:15, it's not a big deal. That's not early for me. You know what I mean? So
right.
otherwise, we're good. We're hanging in there. We got a dog sitter slash walker coming tomorrow. So that when we go back to work, because right now we're on vacation, when we go back to work, that will help with getting the dog outside and a little friendship during the day. Otherwise, it's not forever. Puppies grow fast, so couple more months, and then by springtime we should be good to go, and the puppy should be fully trained.
Yeah, listen, man. Same with me. I'm an early riser as well. I get up early, but I
Yep.
get up early not for a dog, but to go to the gym.
For yourself, well, for the gym, there
Yeah,
you go.
yeah. So
Regimented.
like I said, yeah, it takes a lot out of me. By the time it's 8:30, 9 o'clock at night, man, I'm winded, man. I'm beat, man.
Yep,
But
same here.
nonetheless, Tyler, let's get into this, man. Let's get into this. Like I said, like I opened up with, I'm not as disappointed as I thought I thought I would be. Again, Buffalo Bills fall to the Philadelphia Eagles by a score of 13-12 in a game in which, Todd, I'll be honest with you, once I read these stats to you, once I go through these numbers, it's a game in which if I told you before the game that these would be the numbers, you would have predicted a win, and you would have taken these numbers any day. Let's run through
Yeah.
them. Jalen Hurts, 13 for 27 for 110 yards.
Wow.
110 yards. Saquon Barkley, 68 yards on 19 attempts. Um, Again, I'll say this. Buffalo Bills defense stepped up big yesterday. They stepped up big yesterday. They put it to the point where the Philadelphia Eagles only had 16 yards in the second half on 18 plays.
Unbelievable.
So 30 minutes worth of football, the Buffalo Bills defense only allowed 16 yards on 18 plays.
Yep.
Jalen Hurts did not complete a pass in the second half. He was 0 for 7. And last but not least, man, the Buffalo Bills had 331 yards, total yards, which isn't a lot. But when you compare that to the Philadelphia Eagles' 190 total yards, again, if I read you those numbers before the game and I told you these will be the numbers, take it or leave it, most Bills fans will jump on that and take it.
Yep.
And Buffalo Bills still found a way to lose the game, man. But again, by a score of 13-12.
What that tells you is like you said, the defense played outstanding. I was getting frustrated with the pass rush during the game, but overall, they played phenomenal defensive football. McDermott once again showed his brilliance in making adjustments, and second quarter into the third and fourth quarter, we just played dominant defense. The Eagles' numbers were awful. I think Jalen Hurts didn't complete a pass at all in the second half. Now, I don't think he threw it that much, but it doesn't matter. He didn't complete a pass. We just kept messing up. And Josh was hot and cold. He kept us in the game late. He scored 2 touchdowns. He worked a little bit of his magic late, but missed Shakir for the 2-point conversion. Had that fumble. Some people think it was a forward pass, but they called it a fumble. Fumbled the snap. Took some horrible sacks, trying to do too much. And Cook didn't get his 100 yards. And when Cook doesn't have 100 yards, I think our record is not a good one. We need him to get 100 yards. As Cook goes, the offense goes. As Cook goes, the Bills go. We could say as Josh Allen goes, the Bills go. But really this year, if Cook is doing what he does, we're probably going to win the game. We made mistakes. And then we missed the extra point. So we didn't have a chance to win it. We had to tie it and then go for 2. It was just sloppy. The weather didn't help. What we can say though is that we hit some of the long balls, and Shavers and Cooks had some unbelievable catches. Josh got it to them, but they had some amazing catches, which really helped keep drives going. And there were some positives, and there was definitely a lot of negatives. Like you said, I don't feel as bad about this loss. I think it's because we knew we were already in the playoffs, and we didn't have to stress over that. If this was we must get in the playoff type of game, it would have been a lot worse. But we're in the playoffs. Now, what seed we are, we can talk about that later. But knowing that we're in the playoffs, this wasn't an AFC game. The only time we might see them again is, God willing, we're in the Super Bowl. So,
Yeah, listen. Funny you say that because I was actually going to touch on that, right? And I'll touch on that a little later on as far as us seeing the Philadelphia Eagles again, and that team being the only team that Josh Allen hasn't beat.
I know.
Right, but I'll just end with the defense very quickly, and then we'll talk about the offense because again, the offense seems to be the problem, man, with the slow starts and everything like that. So I think that's pretty much going to take up a lot of this conversation because the defense, some way, somehow, for as much as we criticize them and been on their ass, they've gotten it together. They find a way. Listen, they find a way to keep us in this game. In this game, amongst other games, again, they forced 5 Philadelphia punts in the second half. 3 of those were 3 and outs.
Yeah.
So again, this defense is coming together, and the run defense played very well. They
did.
For them to hold Saquon Barkley for under 100 yards in a game in which we knew the game plan was on both sides of the ball, both teams. Yeah. We knew they were planning to run. Absolutely. The weather did not call for a passing type of game, so we knew the Philadelphia Eagles were planning to run the ball, and the Buffalo Bills buckled down. Listen, that defense held up. And like you said, Sean McDermott is really finding a way to make chicken salad out of chicken shit.
Yeah. No,
so listen, I'm proud of them. I just hope they can keep it up, and I just hope we can get all 3 phases of the game working together.
Well, our special teams, other than the kicking game, which is going to be fixed because they cut the kicker today, thank God.
Yeah,
that was a disaster. But our return game has been great. Ray Davis has been awesome. He was very good yesterday too. So that's been a plus because our special teams over the years has not been, at least last year and the year before, has not been great. So that's good. But defensively, yeah, we did our job. And I still worry a little bit about a team that can run the ball really well. I don't know if there is one other than, and they're coming back slowly but surely, the Baltimore Ravens. If Derrick Henry's in the playoffs and we have to play them, I'm going to be scared. Otherwise, none of the other teams have phenomenal running games. So Shaq Thompson played yesterday, played the full game. That helps our running game a lot. Offensively, go ahead. You want to touch on that?
As far as offense goes?
Yeah.
Listen, offense, where do we start? Untraditionally, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna blame this loss on our boy Josh Allen.
Yeah.
Between Josh Allen and offensive line, but I think Josh Allen holds most of the blame.
Yeah.
Listen, and I'm not even talking about the 2 point conversion at the end, in which, to be quite honest, you have to make that throw. That's a
I
throw
know.
that Josh Allen has to make. But again, I'll say this: 9 out of 10 times he's making that throw.
Yeah, of course. We
And
know
I'm
this.
and I'm not gonna make an excuse for him. I'm not gonna say maybe he was favoring an ankle or whatever have you. I'm not gonna do that
No.
because again, he has to make that throw. But what I would say about Josh Allen is you can't do the type of shit that you're doing. You know, you're past that part in your career where you're hurting your team with stupidity. Again, we touched on the fumble. You called it very early on. You text me. You said, "Listen, Mac, that's not a fumble." And I said, "You know what? I think it is." And after further review, after really looking at it, you know what? I think you're right. I think you were 100% right in calling that in lifetime, and that wasn't a fumble.
Yeah.
Another thing I'll touch on is you can't run them stupid Madden plays. He plays like he's playing Madden. You
Yes.
know, you can't take a 18-yard loss. It was a 19-yard loss
Yeah.
when you're in field goal range.
Yeah. I don't know
Like,
what he was thinking. I really
like you,
don't.
right? Like you can't do that. That's completely unacceptable at this point in your career. And last but not least, I'll touch on this when it comes to him. And I'm sure you've seen it as well as many other Bills fans seen it. Listen, sometimes forget about the touchdown and take the check down.
Jackson Hawes.
Jackson Hawes was wide open on that play.
Wide open.
Wide
Ugh.
open. We should have never even seen that play unravel
Yeah, I
because it
know.
should have never happened. You
Yeah.
should have just took the check down. Listen, you got to live to see another down, man. And Josh Allen, he's making some of these moves, some of these bonehead moves that's killing us. And we don't never blame him for anything because, again, guy's a nice guy and he takes accountability, which is most important.
Yeah.
But, dude, you're hurting us, man. You're really hurting us.
Yeah. When he's in those games, I feel like he's done those types of crazy Madden style plays where he's running backwards and he's running in circles, is when he's in a game like the Falcons, like the Dolphins, like the Texans, and this game where he's had a lot of pressure on him throughout the course of the game. Those are the games where he's made those boneheaded type of Madden style plays, or at least attempt to make a Madden style play. He was feeling the pressure and he was getting hit. He got clocked a few times. You kept saying, sit him down during the game. And I'm like, they're not going to sit him down. Who's going to tell Josh to sit down in the middle of the second quarter in a game? No one's going to do that. It's not going to happen. I understand what you were saying. I was like, that's not happening.
I
He's
mean,
not going to
I
play.
was saying it more for the second half. Like,
Yeah.
once it was in the second half,
Yeah.
and once he was getting nailed the whole game, man.
He was.
And again, I don't think the risk was worth the reward. I just really don't.
Yeah.
Again, you're right. They not sitting him down.
No, they're not. They're not.
You're a million percent right. But again, the offensive line has to do a better job of protecting your quarterback. Listen, you cannot give these guys clean shots at your quarterback.
Yeah.
Listen, when he run past, I don't care if you pinch the guy, do something.
Yeah.
But don't let him have a clean shot at your quarterback.
I wonder though sometimes when he's getting pressured like that, he doesn't have the wide receivers to just get the ball out either. So he's holding on to the ball a little too long because there's nobody open. And those bombs that he hit in the game, those aren't going to happen every week. Those aren't realistic pass plays. Shavers had a unbelievable once in a lifetime catch, and so did Cooks. Those don't happen often. So we can't expect that to happen over the next 4 or 5 weeks. When he's under pressure and you don't have a top receiver like you used to have with Diggs, where he could just get rid of it and know that the guy's going to be there, it just all comes together and makes it harder. Listen, I love our O-line. I think our O-line is very good.
One of the best in the league, if we're being honest.
They are because of Cooks and the games that he has had this year and the type of season he's had. They're very good. If pressure comes through, it is the NFL, and there's some of these D lines that are really good and awesome, just like the Eagles D line. And the O line can only hold them for so long. And Josh not having top receivers, it makes it more difficult. And then conversely, like you said, though, if it's making it more difficult, take the easy check down. Don't try to be a superhero. Josh, listen, Josh knows the answer to these questions. He knows. It's just when you're in the middle of the game and there's adrenaline and you're just like all over the place, sometimes you lose focus. He's had a lot of that this year. His sack numbers are awful this year. What has he sacked 40 times this year?
40 times.
That's unreal.
In which it's the most he's been sacked in his career.
Yeah.
And last year he got sacked 15 times.
I know. Yeah.
So
yeah, last year, that's right. He was never sacked.
He's more than doubled that. But here's a problem that I got, to be completely honest, aside from Josh Allen, some of Josh Allen's decision making. Because again, we're just knocking him for yesterday. Because again, with the kind of quarterback that we want Josh Allen to be, you got to kind of take the good with the bad, right?
Yeah.
So let's be honest. He wins us more games than he loses his games.
No doubt.
And again, I'll take that Josh Allen any day. But one of the major problems I got, Ty, and I'll be honest with you, is, and again, I get it, fans, we seem to always look to place the blame on somebody. So I'm going to do that now, right? So I'm going to say I really still have a problem with Joe Brady. Joe Brady, his offense, he really struggles with diversification, man. Like his offense is so predictable. It is so predictable. And I'm gonna give you a case. I'm gonna give you an example of what I mean. And again, he's nowhere next to what a Josh McDaniels is, right? But and the Jets are a much weaker team than what the Eagles are.
Yeah.
But the Eagles are missing the Patriots are missing Mac Hollins, which has been a major contributor to them this season.
Yeah.
What does Josh McDaniels come out and do his first game playing without Mac Hollins? He throws 2 tight ends out there, at times 3, and he's running jumbo packages all day long. The Jets had their hands full.
Yeah.
So now, my question is if you have a quarterback like Josh Allen, you have the tight ends that we have, you have a pass catching back like James Cook, why aren't you catering to that style of offense?
Yeah.
I don't get it. Josh McDaniels, right away, he realized he was down one of his main guys in Mac Hollins. He came out running a bunch of jumbo packages.
Yeah. We ran a bunch of jumbo last week, I feel like. I don't know where his creativity level is. I don't know if he likes to think outside the box. You know, I don't know his personality. He's not Kyle Shanahan. I know that. Kyle Shanahan, he's lost all his receivers. He's got a tight end and an all-world running back, but they're killing it right now over there in San Francisco. You know what I mean? He's done a lot of great things with missing pieces on offense. I'm talking about Kyle Shanahan. Yeah. He's got a creative mind. Josh McDaniels has a creative mind when it comes to offense. Andy Reid has a creative mind when it comes to offense. Not everybody's like that. And so Joe Brady I think may just stick to the plan. He's got his call sheet, and it's 3rd and 9, and he's going to just call this play, and he doesn't have another option. He also might not be good at it's part of being creative, thinking on the fly. He might not be able to just kind of quickly just maneuver his thought process when he's calling these plays. You know, they had that freaking 3rd and 9, and everybody saw it. Even they were saying the fans in the stadium were gasping because on the 3rd and 9, they threw the freaking screen pass to Ty Johnson. It's like, what are you doing, dude? You know what I'm talking about? Late in the game.
Yeah, I remember exactly. Yeah.
Like, here we go again with the screen pass. Put the screen pass away. Somebody made a good point. Oh, yeah, the screen pass has been effective. Well, it's been effective when Shakir breaks 5 or 6 tackles. It's not effective from when you get it out of your hands to the receiver or the back.
Right.
It's after the pass is completed, what they do with it. So just get rid of that freaking play already. That was another example of Joe Brady not making the right call. I don't know if Josh audible to that. There's no way that Josh Allen can like that play. There's no way. So maybe he just follows directions. Maybe he doesn't want to go outside the box when he's audibling, and it's just like, if you see this is what we're doing no matter what. And that might have been the play on the 3rd and 9 to Ty Johnson that just got blown up. So he just might not be that creative, and he's not able to like multitask. I don't know. But I hear
Listen,
what you're saying. He's been frustrating all year.
his lack of diversity, man, is
Yeah,
very frustrating because
yeah.
again, he's very predictable. I mean, oh man, the play lost my mind. What is the real the play in where we pulled off? That's the second time we do that this year. What the hell is that play called again?
Hook and ladder.
Hook and
Hook and
ladder.
ladder. Yeah.
Right. I'm gonna tell you something. That is like our desperation play.
And it
It's
works.
the right. But hey, guess what? These guys going into the playoffs. You better find something else, man.
I was thinking about that yesterday. I'm like, okay, you've done this twice. You're not going to be able to do this again.
No, 1,000,000%. And
No,
again,
you're
so
not.
the way you handle that is you gotta find yourself in some third and shorts, man.
Yeah,
Because again, as long as you live in third and long territory,
yeah,
you're gonna have a very hard time. Because like you just said, we've already done it twice.
yeah. We're not doing it again.
Not in the playoffs.
No,
Absolutely not.
no.
Not in the playoffs.
So if it's a situation in the playoffs and it's a 4th and 16, and we're not, it's not a punting situation because we have to go for it because we're losing. Um, Smart coaches are going to be like, watch whatever whatever they want to call it, because they're going to be ready for it, of course. So they got to Brady's got to think of another option, whatever that is. I hear you.
Like shit, like smart coaches, like the world is gonna know what's coming. Like
Exactly.
we're gonna sit there
Yeah,
and we're gonna know, oh, here goes this play again. Let's see if it's gonna work.
yeah,
So again, and we get paid absolutely nothing. We do this for
yeah,
just the love of the sport. So
yeah,
the guys who get paid millions of dollars to dissect this shit is gonna eat that play alive.
yeah.
Again, his lack of diversity is killing us and is killing the Buffalo Bills, man.
Let me ask you this: why? I feel like Cook was coming out of the game a little more than normal. Why didn't we just kind of stick with him and try to get him? Maybe I lost track of what was going on. I'm trying to think about it. Just keep running the ball. Wasn't there a moment where we were
Well,
doing well doing that, and
well,
why didn't we keep doing it and get
I,
Cook his 110 yards, and maybe we win the game?
well, I know one thing. I know at one point in the game, I seen Cook going to the blue tent.
Yes, he did. I saw that too.
So again, I don't know.
Yeah, you're right.
Again, I know it's a game that the Buffalo Bills wanted to win, but I also
Yeah,
know that it was a game that Buff Sean McDermott was compromising a lot of things out there yesterday.
yeah,
Like
yeah,
shit could have gone wrong and
yeah.
wrong fast.
That's why they went
So
for the two.
right,
Yeah.
because he didn't want to rely on the damn kicker.
And he didn't want his players out there any longer because it was that kind of a game. Yeah.
But I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna put this disclaimer out. I'm 100% okay with the Buffalo Bills going for it.
Me too.
I'm 100%. Listen,
No
it's easy to
problems.
sit up there and say, "Oh well, listen, it ain't work out." So now it's very easy to Monday night quarterback, but and say what it should have been.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna say this though: had the Buffalo Bills played into overtime, I think
They
the
would
Buffalo
have
Bills would have won that game.
they would have won that game.
The Philadelphia Eagles defense was gassed,
They would have won that game. You're
and
right.
the offense had no answers.
Yeah.
Like I said, they had 16 total yards in that second half.
It's unreal.
It's ridiculous.
It's unreal, actually. Yeah. That's
So,
unbelievable.
but
Which goes back to the point when we talked about it last week, and I threw the question out there of, do organizations and coaches really care about seeding? And you know what? They don't. They don't care about seeding because you know why? There's another example of that. Herbert's not playing this week against Denver. They're sitting him. He's banged up. He's got a broken wrist or whatever hand.
yeah.
Herbert's playing the Broncos, and if they beat the Broncos, I think their seed jumps a spot or two. They could maybe be the 3 seed if they go 13-4, and they're sitting him. I just saw that. I saw their press release today, which tells you. And Josh isn't going to play next week either.
I think he'll take a snap just
Yeah.
to continue his streak, and he's
Yes.
out of there.
That's it. And I trust me. Listen. I want Trubisky to play just in case. Get him some time. Let the backups play. I don't want anybody to play. Cook doesn't have to play next week either. Play Ty Johnson. Play whoever. Call some guys up from the practice squad. Our
Play
practice squad
Gore
can
for
beat
all
the
I care.
Jets. What's that?
You can play Gore for all I care.
The great idea. That's a great idea. I would love to see him play.
Right?
Great idea.
Get him out there.
I would love that. So, next week is just, it doesn't matter because we're the 7 seed right now. Right now, we're going to play the Patriots. If we do win next week, we might get to the 6th seed. I think we do if we win next week, and that's
But
going to be either, huh?
I think if we win and the Chargers win, I think we jump to 5. Am I right?
I don't know. I'd have to look at my playoff predictor that I sent you. I love that thing.
Okay.
I don't know if we can get to the 5. A lot of other teams in the AFC have to lose to get to the 5 again. I don't know if we can now. I'm not sure. I'll look it up. We'll figure it out. But again, coaches and organizations, if they're in the playoffs, unless they're fighting for a 1 seed and a bye, I don't think they care that much. Or maybe it's a division game, that they want to win the division because they know they're going to get a home playoff game. Other than that, if it's the 5, 6, 7 seed, you know, you're playing on the road most likely every game anyway. So
Listen, I mean that's what I was gonna say. That's another thing. The Buffalo Bills can possibly be playing 3 games on the road.
yeah.
Obviously it's hopefully we can get the 3 games. But if we get the 3 games and shit plans out or plays out the way it's playing out, the Buffalo Bills will be on the road all 3 games.
Well,
Now,
if you're the 7 seed, there's no way you're hosting any game. If
absolutely
they're
not.
if they're the 6th seed, I did play around with it a little bit. If they get to the 6th seed, I think the Texans would be the 7, right?
Yes.
Texans can beat anybody in the AFC, right?
Hmm.
So the Texans would be going to, I think, the Patriots. They can beat the Patriots in New England, the Texans. Okay.
Absolutely.
So now that 2 seed is bye bye. Then they play the Broncos. You're telling me that the Texans can't beat the Broncos? Yes, they can.
Yes, they can.
Then the 1 seed's gone. We do what we got to do as the 6th seed, and before you know it, we're hosting the Texans in the AFC Championship game. It's a 6-7 game. 6-7.
Yeah.
I deal with a
Yeah,
lot of
yes.
kids. You know the 6-7.
Yeah,
It could be a
absolutely. Yeah,
six
yeah.
seven. It could be a 6-7 AFC Championship game. So we're getting ahead of ourselves. But the coaches don't care about seeding, and that's why they went for 2. And McDermott said, "Let's try to win, and then we just go home and rest up."
Todd, you want to hear some disturbing shit though?
What's up?
I read a stat today that I was like, yeah, that's not what I want to hear. The
Uh-oh.
Buffalo Bills are 0-5 under Sean McDermott in the playoffs on
On
the
the
road.
road. I did hear that. I did
That
hear that.
that's not
Not
that's
good.
not yeah.
Not good.
that 0-5. And again, looking at possibly playing all 3 games on the road, which let me tell you something. Winning 3 games on the road in the regular season is hard in itself.
Yeah. No
Yet
matter
alone a
who you're
playoff
playing.
environment.
Yep. I did see that stat. Damn it. I was trying to be positive. Now you got me down in the dumps.
I'm sorry about that, man. I'm
No, man,
sorry.
it's reality. Here's the deal. We can beat anybody in the AFC, and we could lose that first game, and then we're talking about the offseason. That's the way the playoffs go. No 7 seed. The one thing I don't like being the 7 seed for is that no 7 seeds ever made the Super Bowl because the 7 seed's kind of a newer seed, and
Yeah.
and only a couple of 6 seeds have made it. So it's going to be tough. It's just going to be tough. But this year is different. We've talked about it, and so is everybody else. Um, Anybody can beat anybody this year in the AFC and in the NFC. It's that kind of year. So we can do it if it's this year. It's not like we're playing, you know, the Kansas City Chiefs of 2 years ago when we're the 7 seed. You know what I mean? It's different. We'll see how it plays out.
Yeah, let's see. I heard something on the radio today. Let me propose this question to you. What would you rather have? Our current situation right now, where you're possibly in the playoffs, we're in the playoffs, but you're possibly on the road all 3 games? Or would you have a scenario where you're not on the road all 3 games, but your playoffs consist of Pat Mahomes, Lamar, and Burrow?
I know. Oh boy, great question. Probably on the road all 3 games versus playing those guys. Yeah? Am I wrong? Did I get it wrong?
No, I mean, listen, there's no wrong answer, but I'm gonna be honest with you. The crazy shit about that is that for as crazy as that sound, and for what we just talked about, as far as the Bills being 0-5 on the road in the playoffs under Sean McDermott,
I know.
I would probably pick that route as well.
Because is he going to go 0-8 on the road or 0-7 on the road or 0-6 on the road? with Josh
Listen,
Allen, the odds are kind of in our favor to kind of change
yeah.
that direction a little bit. You know,
and
I
and
mean,
like and like you touched on, especially this year with
yeah,
everything that's going on in the NFL, it can go either which way.
he McDermott has a losing record, I think, overall in the playoffs, and that a lot of that has to do with playing Mahomes, which we've never beaten him in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Um, we've beaten Lamar, and we haven't beaten Joe Burrow in the playoffs. So 2 out of 3, we haven't been able to beat in the past. So, man, it's a good question. I think this year I'd rather be at home because I think we would go to the Super Bowl if we were. So it's kind of, well, yeah, it's a tough
Yes,
one.
it is a tough one. Listen, for those of you guys who's tuning in later on, when this video drops, answer that question. Which one would you prefer? Would you prefer the road that we currently on,
Yeah,
possibly 3 on the road in the playoffs, or would you prefer to have at least 2 home games and be facing Mahomes, Lamar, and Burrow?
yeah,
So will you guys just drop that comment below and let us know what you guys think? Because
yeah,
again, just like Todd, I'm stuck, and for as bad as it is to be on the road, I think I'll take the 3 on the road.
yeah. Can we talk a little bit about Kincaid being hurt every freaking year and since he's been on the team, and Bernard not being able to play, um, and who else is hurt? I guess it's just those 2 guys. Bernard's been banged up all year. I don't think I think he might be done for the year. They're wondering if it's an Achilles injury. I think it was his calf.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
just can't get right this year. Kincaid right now, in my eyes, has been kind of a bust for what we projected him to be. When he is on the field, he's productive, but he's not on the field. And I worry that we're going to really need him in a playoff game, and he's not going to be healthy. Listen, I love Knox. He's not Kincaid. He doesn't have his skill set, but Knox is a gamer. He's never hurt. He makes tough catches if he has to. He catches touchdowns. We do need Kincaid, but that injury issue with him worries me. He's going to get an extra week to rest because he won't play next week. So I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah, it's a major one. I mean, like I said, I like Kincaid coming out the draft. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
But again, the best ability is availability. And if you're not available to play, man, week in, week out, that 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 speaks a lot. And also, pretty soon, pretty much he's up for another contract within the next year or so. So
big
a lot of
question.
decisions, right? There's a lot of questions and there's gonna be a lot of talk as far as
Yeah,
what do we do with him. But I'm with you. I think he's a difference maker when he's on that field. I think he's great, but again, he can't happen to stay healthy. I mean, I don't know if I'll call him a bust just yet,
yeah, I know that was harsh.
but yeah, but again, I'm with you on that. And as far as Bernard, that dude's like a game of fucking operation, man.
I
Everything you
know.
touch, everything's wrong with him. He just needs to go to the doctor, get admitted, just keep him there for until next year, and bring him back in August.
I
Just
mean,
do that, because again, and it's funny because his injuries happen. It's like he got the money. He said, "Okay, now I can tell him everything that's wrong with me."
right? Yeah,
like, it's like he was nursing all those injuries all along, had a
yeah,
phenomenal year,
yeah.
and then said, "All right, by the way, guys, I gotta tell you something. My toes
You
been
know,
killing me."
with Bernard though, the issue with him is he's little. He's playing a position where you need to be jacked and strong, and he's an athlete. He makes plays, but he's playing a linebacker position, and he's getting blown up. And
He's undersized.
yeah, he's undersized. He's really like a safety playing at the linebacker spot or a strong safety, and he's not because he's shorter. He's just not big. He's not wide. He's not like London Fletcher back in the day or Sam Mills. God
Yeah,
rest his soul, or one of those
yeah.
guys that were short but were jacked and they could tackle and they could take the heat. He's just getting beat up. I love the guy. He's a captain on defense. I don't know if we're going to see him again this year. Anyway, we move on from that. What I would like to see getting back to Brady and being creative, I still have wondered why they haven't schemed up plays for Shavers. I,
Listen,
I, I, I think he has the potential to do things, and he's just out there blocking people. Although this week he made that great catch or two, but he's just been out there blocking people. Why can't we figure out a way to get him involved? That
listen.
kind of stuff.
it goes back to what we talked about. This
Yeah.
guy has a limited imagination, a limited playbook. The playbook can be 120 sheets long, and he's only sticking to 13 sheets.
Yeah.
Like, and again, and I hate to go back to them because again, I think they good. I'm gonna give them props, which is the New England Patriots.
Yep.
But one thing I will say is that we're gonna see what this team is really about come next year when you're playing a first place team schedule.
Yes.
Then we're really gonna see if you're built, right? Because if you put together 8 or 9 wins, let's see, right? But giving them credit, look what they've done with Mac Hollins. Mac Hollins could have been that for us.
I know.
And again, he wasn't asking for a lot of money. He wasn't breaking the
No.
bank. But again, due to Brady's limited playbook and due to just like I don't this guy doesn't have vision, man.
Yeah.
Like you're the wrong guy behind the wheel of this car, man. You really are.
I wonder if we if we- I- and I'm gonna if we were to win the Super Bowl, I don't know how we would. I don't know what it would look like if we did that. Like offensively, how would we look? Would it be because our defense won us the Super Bowl? Would it just be because of the running game? Would it be because of Josh? I don't know. We don't know how that would look. If they win the Super Bowl, does Brady come back? If we don't go and we lose in the playoffs, does Brady come back? I don't know if he comes back.
I don't know if he comes back either which way.
Yeah.
And I hope he doesn't. To be honest
Yes.
with you, I would love nothing more for us to win the Super Bowl and for this guy to get offered a job
True.
and
That
for
would
him to
happen.
leave.
That
Right.
actually would happen. You're right.
And,
That would
and
happen.
bring Dable back.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
understand? But again, this guy's not the answer. Like I said, when he first came aboard, we was loving him because anything was better than Ken Dorsey.
Yes. Yeah.
So
True.
it was like, listen, we'll take anybody right now who can get us a win. I think we were 6-6. We was like, listen, we're willing to listen to anything right now.
Yeah.
So let's give this guy a shot. But now we realizing, and again, like you and I spoke about this 2 episodes ago, or three, he may have been the problem on why Diggs left.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I think that still holds true. And I don't know if he'll be back next year. I think they might consider making a change to just change things up. And I don't think Keon Coleman's going to be with us next year. I think they've given up on him. He is probably going to play this week because they'll just elevate him because they're going to rest guys.
Absolutely.
Uh, and Trubisky and Keon can see if they can get something going together. But unfortunately, I don't think he's coming back next year. I think they'll try to trade him. He's not making any money, so it's not like they're going to lose money on him.
I agree. I'm
Yeah.
okay with that. Again, listen, and it's sad. And I'm gonna tell you why it's sad. Because
Yeah, I know.
here you have a young kid that came into Buffalo, a city in which everybody was pulling for you, everyone was behind you, and most importantly, you play the one position on that field in which you could have benefited from one of the top 3 quarterbacks in the league.
Yeah.
You understand? Like
Yeah.
Josh Allen could have took your career to the next level.
Yeah.
Again, whoever hates on the Bills, I get it. Whatever, hate all you want. I personally think Josh Allen is the best quarterback in the league.
So do
But
I.
even if you hate on the Buffalo Bills and Josh Allen, you cannot tell me that Josh Allen is not one of the best 3 quarterbacks in the league. So Keon Coleman had that exposure in which he had the benefit of work hand in hand and be Josh Allen's right hand man, be Josh Allen's guy, his go-to guy, and you blew that shit because you're lazy.
Yeah. And I don't know if the skill set is there either. He's not a speedster, which doesn't really matter. I don't know. He still runs fast. He's still an NFL player. I don't know if the skill set was just there from the get-go. I remember him when they drafted him saying that he wasn't a guy that got separation. He was a good jump ball wide receiver. I clearly remember that coming out of Florida State. So whatever. We don't need to talk about Keon much longer. But I just don't. It's another guy that I don't think will be back next year. And
I'm okay with it.
yeah, it is because he hasn't done anything. So it's like, what's the difference? So uh, this week, closing high mark. You're
Yeah.
going to the game, right?
I'll be there, man. I was looking at the weather. It's supposed to be colder than a pimp's heart, man.
and they moved the game to 4:25. So
But
you're not
but I'm okay with that. I'm okay
okay.
with that. I was actually hoping for four o'clock game
Why?
because I didn't want a 1 o'clock game. 1 o'clock would have put me in a position to where, because again, I actually want to go there. I actually want to enjoy myself. It's
I
gonna be
got you.
cold. It's
Got it.
gonna be cold, but I actually want to get there.
Yeah.
Maybe walk around a little.
Yeah. Cool. Cool.
Maybe find some dirt here and there. Maybe they may leave some dirt in my seat or something. Hey, you never know, right?
They might. They might be giving. They might be giving stuff at the door, a little bag of dirt or whatever, turf.
Right. Absolutely. So I
Yeah.
actually want to kind of get there early. I mean, like I said, as far as anyone who's somebody is probably gonna be there. Some of the greats, probably like the Bruce Smiths, the Andre Reeds,
Oh yeah. Yeah.
stuff like that. They probably won't
Yeah.
bring Marv Levy out because it's gonna be way too cold.
Yeah.
But again,
He might. Well, you're right. He might be in the booth somewhere, but yeah, he won't be on
yeah.
the field if it's freezing out.
So again, anybody who's somebody possibly is gonna be there. They may be out there showing love. Whether it's giving autographs out or whatever have you. So I actually kind of want to experience that. But again, I mean, listen, I bought I got a whole new gear just to go out there. Listen, that it's not the time to look cute out there, man.
No.
So I'll be
No.
bundled up
No.
and but I'm looking forward to it, man. I'm actually excited about this game. Even
Lot.
though I'm
Yeah.
sure we're gonna see a bunch of subs, but I'm okay with it.
Well, listen, it's about just being in the stadium and just remembering all the great games that we've been lucky to see as Bills fans. I mean, we're old enough where we've seen from the Jim Kelly era onto the Josh Allen era. We've seen all of it, and there have been some magical games there for sure. Some wild games, wins and losses. But think about all the wins that we've been able to see in that stadium over the last, lifetime.
Yeah.
It's pretty great to me. It's always going to be Rich Stadium to me. It's
Yeah.
had a couple different names, New Era, Highmark. That's Rich Stadium to me, and
Yeah.
I've got great memories there. I didn't go to a ton of games. It wasn't like I was at 50 games. I probably been to 20 in my lifetime, maybe a little more, but a lot of great memories. I worry with these new stadiums. I'm hoping that next year and going forward, it will have an aura of what's the word I'm looking for? The fans will feel like it's their stadium and not some like mall. Like for example, and we'll talk baseball for a second. I'm a Yankee fan. We're a Yankee family.
Same
I
here.
I prefer City Field over Yankee Stadium, to be
Do
honest with
you
you.
really?
Yes, City Field to me is a ballpark. So what I'm saying is I hope the Bills' new stadium feels like a football stadium and not like Disney World. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yankee
I get your
Stadium feels like a
I
mall
get your
to me.
point.
Yeah,
Yeah, I get your point. I know exactly what you're saying. But I'm gonna tell you something. Again, giving them credit. Again, just like yourself, I'm a diehard Yankee fan, right?
yeah.
But I'm gonna tell you what stadium is actually pretty cool. I mean, we'll spin this baseball stuff, and then we'll spin right back into
Yeah.
football. But Fenway Park, if you ain't been there, I recommend it.
Oh, well, I have been there. My son went to college in Boston.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
phenomenal.
It was so his freshman year. I went with a friend of mine. We took a road trip, and it was the first time I was at Fenway. And I'm telling you, it was awesome,
Yeah,
awesome. I loved it,
phenomenal.
loved it, loved it, loved everything about it. Wrigley Field, I've been to.
I've been there also. I was actually gonna say that too.
Yep, two of the same. They're very, very similar, but
Yes.
Fenway was awesome. Everything
Yeah.
about it, loved it.
I agree with you a million percent, and I've been to both. I've been to both Wrigley and Fenway, and
Yep.
again, they definitely have that homey feel that you're talking about.
Yes,
Um,
because the Meadowlands, the Giant Stadium, that place is garbage, man.
Shit looks like an air conditioner unit.
That new stadium is garbage. No wonder why the fans hate it. I know why now. It sucks.
Listen, I agree with you a million percent, but I'm gonna say something, right? You know the one way to give this new stadium this homey feeling?
Super Bowl win.
Raise a band in that motherfucker.
I know, man.
You raise a band in that motherfucker. I'm gonna tell you something. I feel right at home. I feel like I've been there for over 40 years. And touching on that, man, I'm gonna tell you something right now. It'll be it'll be a beautiful story
Yeah,
for the Buffalo Bills.
yeah,
Listen, the New England Patriots ended our division streak. I would love to end a season.
yeah.
Now,
It's very possible.
Josh Allen is from Los Angeles. I would
San
love for
Francisco.
San Francisco. I would
Yeah,
love for the Buffalo Bills to go to the Super Bowl, which is where San Francisco, right? And win the Super Bowl against who? The Philadelphia Eagles.
That'd
So
be
again,
awesome.
I say go ahead, end the Patriots season. Go ahead, Josh Allen, go back home, win a Super Bowl, and beat the team you haven't beaten till date in the Philadelphia Eagles. And then come September, raise the banner in your new stadium.
No, I mean, listen, are you kidding me? I'm good. I'm good for the next 50 years if that happens. That's the only stadium that Josh hasn't played in, but that's near where he grew up.
Right.
He grew up in the northern part of California. So, um, and that would be, listen, we talked about this before. I don't care where this freaking Super Bowl is. It could be in my backyard and there could be four people there watching the game. And I'll be happy if they win the Super Bowl. But yeah, that's our dream. This is what we live for. That's why we're doing this podcast. That's why we got shit on the walls, and that's why we got hats and sweatshirts
Yep.
and all that stupid stuff. I'm fit. I'm good. I'm 54. I got decals on my car. My son bought me for Christmas. He bought me an auto pack of Bill stuff that I can put all over my car. So I got decals. I got license
Nice.
plates. I got all that stuff. I'm like a little kid. Stupid.
Listen, listen, I'm 100% sold. And look, even my wife, look, she got me this Christmas tree here
It's great.
just so I can put it on the desk here.
Uh,
And again, like I told you, man, like this has been my life, man. This team has been my life.
Me
Like
too.
since I was a kid, man. I'm
Me
47
too.
years old.
Yeah.
Since I was the age of 10, this team has been my complete life. Again,
Same
just
with me.
like yourself, diehard Yankee fan. We're a Yankee family.
Yep.
We was born into a fucking Yankee. Don't come home if you wasn't a Yankee fan. Like
Right.
it was one of those type of things. Like,
Right.
listen, if you're not a Yankee fan, find somewhere else to stay. You're not staying in this house,
Right.
right? But the Buffalo Bills, man. I think I told you the story before, and we're about to wrap up. But
Yeah.
the Buffalo Bills was my way of declaring my independence, man. Got
I
into
remember that
football.
story.
Yeah, my brother was a Giant fan, diehard Giant fans. Everyone in the neighborhood was either Giant, Jet fan. We had some Broncos. We had that's about it. I think we had a Niners fan as well. But Buffalo Bills, man, that was the first decision I made on my own. That I said, you know what, I'm gonna deviate from what everyone else is doing. And guess what? I'm picking these guys, man, and I've been riding on them ever since, man.
So 30 years ago you were 10, right? Yeah, 10. So you started really
So
getting in.
30 years ago, I was
Oh, duh.
oh,
No, no, no. Yeah, 40. No, you were
I'm
what's the number?
47.
Yeah, yeah, okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Um
So 30 years ago, I was 17. Yeesh, that sounds crazy.
so that was 95. Okay. So you no, okay. So you were around for the you were old enough. You became a fan, excuse me. It's late at night. You became a fan when they started their Super Bowl run. You remember those days. You remember
The
those games.
the year before, I remember Jim Kelly coming to Buffalo with
Okay.
me and didn't want to come here.
So that was 80 the 83 draft.
Right. That was the
Okay.
83 draft. And then he went on to play in the league.
Yeah.
And then he ended up coming to Buffalo.
In
But
86. So in
he didn't want to come here. Right.
yeah, in 86. Yeah, he came because the USFL folded. He swore
Yep.
he'd never play in Buffalo, but he had no team, he had no league to play in, so he had to come because we had his rights. And
Yep.
they made him the highest paid player in the NFL, and he was only making at that time maybe 2 or 3 million a year in 86. I think they were 4-12 that year. And then in 87, it was the strike season. They went 7-8. You could
Mm-hmm.
see the progress
Yeah.
because they skipped a game in 87 because there was a strike season. They only played 15 games. They were 7-8. Then in 88, 12-4, they lost to the Boomer and the Bengals.
Yep.
89 was the bickering Bills.
That's that that
That's when
that
the
boom
no
in the
huddle.
Bengals. That's what Icky Woods also. You can't leave
Yeah,
Icky Woods out.
Icky Shuffle. They had a really good team. We weren't ready to go anywhere yet.
Absolutely not.
No. 89, we were supposed to be the team and we got on our own way. And that was the beginning of the no huddle because we needed the no huddle late in that Browns game. That was the Ronnie Harmon drop.
Yep.
And then 1990 was the magical Super Bowl run from 90 to 94, and then we
In
had
which
Doug.
that 90, and
Yeah.
sorry to interject, sorry,
No, you're
Todd.
good.
Earlier that year, we had beat the Giants.
We did 17-13. Phil Simms broke his leg. I was in college. I was in my dorm room. I was a freshman at Buffalo State College. I had Giants fans down the hall. I had friends that were Giants fans. and I got a lot of satisfaction out of that because there was a lot of rivalry going on my floor at my dorm room, and of course they lost to the Giants in the Super Bowl, and I was depressed for 3 days. I'm not lying. I was 18 years old. What else did I have? I
Right.
wanted to meet girls and I wanted to party, and I was in college and I had the Buffalo Bills. So I was depressed for
Right.
3 days after that loss. But it's still one of my favorite Super Bowls ever in my lifetime was the 20 to 19.
I agree, man.
So exciting.
Yep, I definitely agree, man. That Super Bowl, wow, that one hit home again. Like I told you, here I am, a youngster,
Yeah.
but here I am in Giant Land, you know. And again, my brother being a Giant fan himself, and
Oof.
it's one of them things that he was older. My brother got me by 10 years, so he was talking shit, and
Yeah.
I was like, man, So but my mother had to defend me. My mother had to leave him
Leave him
alone.
alone.
So that was that, man. But again, man, hopefully, like I said, hopefully we can turn things around this year. Again, um before we end this, man, it's just about Joe Brady getting his shit together or just getting out of Josh Allen's way, man. And hopefully Josh Allen getting out of his own way. Again, listen, we gotta take the good with the bad. Listen, it's very rare you ever gonna hear me fault Josh Allen for anything because I'm very much aware that him and Cook, as they go, this offense goes. You
Yeah.
understand? And
That's what we
and most
got.
and most importantly, Cook. Because again, if you get Cook going, man, forget about it.
We're gonna win.
If Josh Allen, which hopefully it seems to be a little connection there, a little camaraderie going on, if him and Cooks can start to connect, man, I think
Yeah.
he went for 101 yards yesterday, one of them being
Yeah.
that 50 yarder.
Yeah.
If teams start to respect that, they have no choice but to let Cook run free, man.
Yeah. You're right. And I think because Brandon Cooks is a proven receiver, he's been to a Super Bowl with the Rams, and I think he went to the Super Bowl. He's only I know he's been to one Super Bowl. He might have been to two Super Bowls, but he's had a nice career. He's 1,000 yard receiver consistently. He's a good receiver. So there's hope in what we saw on yesterday, and so that might open things up for us. You are correct. I'm hoping. And I think they got to start scheming Shavers a little more.
I agree.
Maybe the game yesterday said, "Hey, listen, let's get him some more plays." Gabe Davis was on the field, but he didn't do much. He They tried that quick slant, and when they were down in the red zone, it just didn't work. And for Gabe, and then he didn't play much. So listen, there's hope. Again, we have 17, and we're in every game. Even when we're getting our ass kicked, we're still in every game. So we're going to be in every playoff game. I do firmly believe that we're going to be in every game that we can keep playing in. Hopefully,
Listen, hopefully these boys step up and they understand that again, at the end of the day, like we spoke about earlier, you're probably gonna have to win three in a row
yeah,
again. But listen, I'm sure the Buffalo Bills ain't even thinking this way, but
they're not.
it's not time to bitch up now, man, because again, at the end of the day, um, we put ourselves in this mess, you know. You can't lose, you can't drop a game to the Miami Dolphins like that. You can't
Yeah,
drop a game to Atlanta Falcons. So again, it's time to toughen up, man. Stick your chest out and just go out there and handle it.
yeah.
Um,
Would you rather play the Jags or the Patriots first round? Because that's kind of looking like where we're going to be.
Listen, I want the Patriots, man.
Do
I
you? Okay.
I want the Patriots. I really do. I think they're a good team, and I
Yeah,
think that it'll be a good match between the Buffalo Bills and New England Patriots. And like I said, I would love nothing more but the end of the season,
that'll
and,
be awesome.
it'll be phenomenal. So
Yeah,
again, and I'm sure they want us. You know what I mean? Listen,
probably.
if you ask any diehard Bills fan, they're gonna say we want the Patriots. If you ask any diehard Patriots fan, they're gonna say we want the Bills
Yeah.
because they will want nothing more than to show us. Guess what? You guys said we had an easy schedule. Well, we beat you guys twice in a year. One of them eliminating you guys and taking you out the tournament.
They
And
have
we,
had they have
yeah,
had an easy schedule.
oh, absolutely.
I mean,
We
really
come
easy.
on. We get the Eagles. They get the Giants. Who else
Yeah.
they got? They got
They got the Jets. Well, we got the Jets too, but they played the Titans, I think.
what was it?
Well, they played the same. What division did we've talked about this before? What was our division that we played? The
The
NFC.
NFC
Oh no,
East.
we played the NFC South, That's what all the teams in the AFC East had to play the NFC South this year. So they still played Atlanta. They had to play the Saints. They had to play the Falcons.
They didn't play the Bengals. We played the Bengals,
True.
and they didn't play the Texans. We played
They
the
didn't play
Texans.
the Chiefs either, I don't think.
And they no. I'm sorry. They played the Bengals. They didn't play the Chiefs. They didn't play the Texans, and they didn't play. What was the first team we mentioned?
Um, I forgot already.
The Eagles.
The Eagles.
So
Yeah,
they didn't
yeah.
play the Eagles. They didn't play the Texans, and they didn't play the Chiefs. Come on.
True.
What are
Yeah.
we talking about?
Yeah, you're right.
What are we talking about? Todd, before we get out of here, man, let
All
me
right.
know what's your predictions for Sundays? What you looking for?
It doesn't really matter. There's a chance we might not win the game, but you know what? You know what? The Jets are so bad. Even if we won 16-13, because we'll have all the backups in, man, the Jets are bad. They're not beating us in Highmark the last game of the year. So you know what? We're going to win the game. We're going to win the game. It might only be by 3 points or 7 points. It's, because the backups are in. But we'll win the game. We'll end it on a high note, closing down the stadium. The fans will go crazy because of that. And we're moving on to the playoffs. We don't have to wait too long because, in 2 weeks we're right back at it. And the stress level is going to go up for both of us and all the fans that love watching this team. And we'll keep our fingers crossed. We've been crushed with Josh Allen in the playoffs every year that he's been in the playoffs. So hopefully it won't be again this year.
No, you're right. You're a million percent right, and you're a million percent right in saying that the New York Jets is horrible, man. They're
They're
horrible.
bad.
They
Yeah.
fixed the whole organization altogether, and that's what I'm saying about even like a player like Keon. Dude, like you could have gone to a team like that, where,
Yeah.
or even take like a Malik Neighbors, for example, with the New
Yeah.
York Giants, or go a step further with you, even Justin Jefferson. Like these
Yeah.
are guys who their numbers could be a lot better if they
Yeah.
was just in a different organization with a different quarterback,
Yeah.
and there you have it. So again, Keon Coleman could end up in a situation like that with a bad team like the New York Jets. The Buffalo Bills should win this game. Again, like you said, they're going to be playing backups. So I can't even give a score prediction because I don't even know.
Yeah. I don't know.
I,
20-13, maybe something like that.
yeah, probably something like that. Let's see. I mean, hey, listen, they may be playing a little rehearsal for their guys as well, just to see what they got for next year. So
True.
who knows? They may not be starting their
Maybe.
starters right as well. Well, not all of them at least. They may just be giving some guys a shot, just
Yeah.
playing rehearsal for next year, see what they got.
Yeah.
That's all I got on my plate, Todd. You got anything else to say, bud?
No, man. Happy New Year.
Oh yeah, man.
Hard to believe it's going to be 2026. Happy New Year to you and your family, and we'll see how Sunday goes. There's really no stress involved, which is nice. When we meet again next Monday, we'll have some play. It'll be all playoff talk, really. The matchups.
Absolutely, man. Happy New Year to you and your family as well. Like I said, I'll be there this Sunday.
Awesome.
I'm planning on just one, man. Like, man, listen. Like I said, I'm pretty excited about going, man. But, man, it's. I remember I went to a football game one time. It was so cold. I spilled hot chocolate on my hand, and I felt shit. That's how cold it was.
I've been to one game when I was in college. It was Bills versus Vikings, 90 fall of 95, winter of 95, really. December of 95, whatever it was. And it was so freaking cold. So cold. It was like 10 degrees cold, 10 below zero cold, one of those. But when you're 20, when you're 22, it doesn't hit you as much. Now, I don't even know what I would do. I don't even know.
Well, first thing you do is you take the medication that the doctor give you because you be in the hospital for about 2 weeks.
Probably.
And after that, you just be taking the medication, whatever it is that he gave you to keep you alive, man.
Probably.
That's it, man.
All right, man. Yeah, let's take a breather because the team's going to be taking a breather because it'll just be backups and third stringers and just reset our brains for the playoffs.
You got it, man. Todd, always appreciate your time, bud. Like I said, let's try to even get on before Sunday if that's a possibility.
That's cool.
You and I touch base and we'll see what we talk about, man. And like I said, hopefully we'll have a clear idea of what the Buffalo Bills, what direction they going in, who they playing, who they not playing. Who again? I'm not even gonna get into it, but I was actually gonna touch on Prater and even say like he should be back by then. I was gonna
Yeah,
talk about Justin Tucker. Would you have taken a chance to sign him?
maybe.
I mean, he got a lot of drama going on, so I don't know if the Bills
Yeah,
want that drama. But most importantly, I was gonna say, man, and it's no disrespect to no one, but how does a kicker get hurt, man? Like you play like one
I don't
less
know.
than 1% of the game. How do you even
I
get
don't
hurt?
know. I
That
don't know. I
that
guess
shit,
it's groin and hip.
that
You
that
know.
that shit is a mystery to me. Then you have somebody like Josh Allen who's been sacked 40 times, played every snap this year, if I'm not mistaken, and
Yeah,
he's still
his
in.
ankle, his foot is more probably just like a sprain. He'll be
Yeah,
fine.
yeah, I think so too. I think
Yeah,
he'll
he'll
be
be
fine.
fine.
Well, that's that, buddy. I'm out of here, man. You
All
out
right,
of
man.
here. Let's sit up there. Let's see. Like I said, let's see if we get together sometime in the week, and that's it, man. Get us out of here, Todd.
Go Bills. Let's do this.
Let's go, man. Drink your water, eat your veggies, and when they come to our Buffalo Bills, let them know, Todd. Tell them I'm mind their business. Let's
Mind your
go,
business.
Buffalo.
Love it.
Man, you guys are as tough as nails. Team above everything else, huh? Have a good time. Love y'all. Wait, on three, 1, 2, 3.